sale?
Well, Drew's always got shit to say.
I don't know.
Okay, move all this
Android?
stuff out of the way for a second.
What?
The middle of the table stuff.
The door.
And the cups.
Lift up your cup.
Ooh.
Shoot right today.
$3.99 at Office Depot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good money.
Someone, I just met this guy at Elsa's musical, one of the other dads that plays, and they did a campaign that the map was like in 1-inch blocks. The map was like, I think he said 15 or 20 feet long, and they just kept it rolled up, and they just unrolled it a little bit at a time as they did the whole campaign. And
Oh
like,
my gosh.
did the whole.
Wow.
But they got it at a sign printer, like a plotting printer.
Dude, that's crazy. Okay, so very excited about this. I want to start by just like let's just look at the map together, and I want to let you guys like ask questions about it or whatever, so that we all kind of understand what it is, because the map is going to be a part of the game tonight. Actually,
Is there Easter eggs in here?
not really.
Governor's Palace.
Oh, the bathroom. There's a rabbit.
Oh yeah. Hey, rabbit. Level CR.
You want a good ride? You gotta have Drew's
Might be a
there.
CR 1/4.
Yeah. Southern Woods.
So
Oh, Old Town. Okay.
I'm recording this mainly like so that we can just kind of establish some of this like world building stuff, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So you kind of see what we got here.
This is just like North Iraq, right?
Well,
River slums.
it's kind of
You cross the interstate, there it is. But yeah.
So
I didn't realize the governor lived in
That's where I used to live.
Little Rock.
you guys can decide. So like, I'll go from one side to
Bloody
the other.
coin.
You see the middle?
There's
Gibraltar?
There you go.
Yeah.
It's officially in there.
Oh, the right thing.
Yep. So
West Valley Estates.
that's kind of West Little Rock, right? Like
Okay.
high-end living sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Separated from the rest of us. You have the Governor's Palace, which we had a fight there.
We want to fight there.
We want to fight there. You have the El Canip Mountain and all of that. That's
Where is that? Here. Yep.
Yeah, that's where you guys encountered Randall Flagg for the first
Oh
time.
yeah, he lives there. Or he was
He
there.
hides out there. That's his zone. There's a little river there going towards the mountains, and then like there's a lot of stuff we haven't explored. Just kind of build it in as we did stuff.
Oh, this is a train track.
Yeah, so that's a train track, and that leads into that coal mine where I did a session where like y'all were all lined up.
Yeah.
You know, so that
That was a funny one.
With the paint supplies.
yeah.
That's when I had
We
the
were-
trident. We were passing the trident back and forth.
Rolling to see if you could throw it over one of our shoulders.
Yeah.
That was so dumb.
I was like, I'll throw it and duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. It's
Is
silly.
it a spaceship?
So that is more like just a tower that we don't know anything about yet.
Okay, great.
Does it go to space?
We don't know anything about it. It just exists on the outside of town. It's kind of like the Rocky Crags, in my mind, are like just a rocky, like gnarly part of the world that people just don't really go to very much. But there's this dark tower like rising out from them.
Is there a slide?
We don't know. Could be. We've got a pond up there. We've got a lake. We've got the North Woods Forest. There's some farms there by the outskirts. There's the coal mine.
Is this a thing from the past?
No.
Okay.
This is where, let me get that guy.
Oh yeah.
It is. Oh yeah, that was your. Yeah, that's right. That's
What a
right.
day. Rex Park.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, Rice Park. That's where the music festivals are and such. Then you have the town itself, where you got the Red Fang like hideout right there, and then across town you have the Bloody Coin, which is that's kind of a cave sort of a situation, and this is kind of a patch of dense woods, and they've built a little shack in there.
Is this the Crystal Cub?
Yes. Lone Wolf Tavern is right here, of course. And then the rest of those shops are
What
like
does that say?
Or Don.
pawn. That's the pawn shop.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
Is
where
it
we
the
got all
oldest
the.
one in the area?
Yep, it's the oldest pawn shop in Argent Sound area.
And also,
Do we have any of the weapons left from that we got from there, or did you guys all trade them away?
I don't remember going there.
Yeah, that was when we rolled. Who was it? Me and somebody rolled for the
Yeah.
excellent
yes.
weapons. I don't know what happened to those.
Like
Uh,
80,000 gold.
I think I may keep.
Not
I
right.
may accept it.
Yeah.
You're like plus 3
think-
weapons or
Oh,
something?
mine became.
Oh, that was that mine? Did I do that quest?
I had a dwarven hammer, and I think it was before me.
I had a
He
plus.
was the DM.
Oh, you know you're right.
No, it was Drew.
I was. Does that mean you guys both
Minutes roll
rolled
for
20s?
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
sick.
Yeah, we both nailed it. That was
Yeah.
Got it.
So the rest of town
I
is
think I
sort
created
of
mine.
unexplored. Explored. I don't know. We know some things about it. Maybe we don't know some things. There's like a park here. This was going to be a pond, and then I just turned it into Jamal Tell Arena. It just had to be there.
Yeah.
And then over here on this side, this is the main road that kind of goes north and south. The train tracks
Do
go
you
into
have
the
a
whole
name?
line over here. No, not yet. We can. This is like
The
the
actual
main
plan.
river. You have the river slums over
Dirty
here.
eyes.
River slums is where Bingo's from. Grew up there as a street thief. Port Talon is kind of the river port. Stole that name from what's it down number? Eastern Prairies.
That's what I was like. Why does that sound so
Yeah,
familiar?
as well as Silver Beach. That was there. This is like the ocean or the edge of the world. Dogpatch Dunes, sand dunes. Dark Hollow Marshes.
Yeah, that's where we fought Spesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is the old town, which is kind of abandoned, ramshackle. old
The Veil is operating out of Old Town.
Oh, is that right? Okay. And then, but on the other south side of the river, you have the Great Southern Woods, which is like giant sequoia trees. And just a cool area that we don't know much about. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna pass out some pieces of paper, and I'm gonna ask you guys to each write down.
Did you turn the back on?
It's on, yeah. I'm gonna. Now you got me curious. Check.
Yeah, it's standing up and looking at
It
it.
should be running, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great.
So I'm going to ask you guys to think about this and write down on a piece of paper what area of the map that you would like to explore today.
Ooh.
And we're not going to share them with each other now. But I want you to write it down on a piece of paper and fold it in half. And we're going to leave it in the middle of the table. And if there's a consensus, or if there's 2 votes that are the same, that's what we're going to do. If there's not 2 votes that are the same, I'm going to randomly draw one out of the bottom. So write it down and fold it in half. Cool. Looks like my guy. So whatever you feel like would be cool to explore or look at or learn more about or maybe revisit, it's up to you guys. You can go anywhere you want. This is like open world sort of thing.
Some questions
You got some questions?
about that guy.
What?
This is the huge metal rack.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shoot.
Here, I'll take it. I'm not gonna look at them yet, but do this. Put your piece of paper into the big red die.
We all picked the same thing, something really cool happened.
That would be cool. Be very cool.
It's just a setup for magic trick.
You guys
Okay.
want your dicks?
What? But where the dicks come from?
I know, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna just describe like a cutscene that you guys are not present for. Before I go further, as far as like the politics and stuff of the area, and we can all kind of do this together. But as far as I understand it, there's like the governor and there's like the politics of the place, which is, I don't know. I guess we haven't really established that that's super meaningful.
Fuck the governor.
Yeah.
Killed him.
Did we kill him? I assume they replaced
Didn't
him.
think we ever did.
Someone
Killed him. He hasn't been replaced.
Oh, because the governor,
He
Was
tried to
Sheesh?
steal our.
or was that something different?
Yeah, Sheesh was in that.
Yeah.
Sheesh lost the lone wolf to the governor.
Oh, that's right.
It's a stupid bet.
Yeah.
So there's a governor, and in my mind, like the governor's kind of like irrelevant because this place is really run by gangs and criminals and stuff, mafia basically. And so with that, you have the Red Fang, which is in my mind like kind of a street gang, and you also have the Bloody Coin, which is also a street gang that are kind of like rivals / sometimes work together for things. You also have the Veil, which how would you describe that?
Like Hydra,
Okay. They're more like organized.
but it's all very like tough, unknown cloak and dagger
Yeah.
that they don't operate.
Yeah, there's no hideout. They just like exist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the KGB,
Like Hydra.
like hiding.
It's like Hydra.
And yes, and then the Veil. I assume like the Bloody Coin and Red Fang are both small-time street gangs that sort of do whatever the Veil. They pay like what do you call them? Like mafia payments to the Veil.
Mm-hmm.
Protection payments so that they can do whatever they want. And then they also like will hustle things up and work for the Veil, sell things, whatever.
Yeah. Are they like thief guilds and assassin guilds?
Yeah, in my mind, like I think one of them is going to be more like just sort of small time like street thugs and like brute force kind of guys.
So
and
like
then,
Red Fang, I think would be that, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're kind of like hiding in the clubhouse
Yeah.
in the woods.
Yeah.
And then the Bloody Coin is in my mind more like magic based
Oh, okay.
street.
So maybe
Trickery.
they're like thugs for hire, and they are like more like an assassin's guild kind of a thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then you have Randall Flagg, who lives up in the mountains and is largely unknown, but like as far as we've experienced him, is like Satan, like the living demon. And he kind of acts with impunity. He does whatever he wants. Nobody fucks with him. And so yeah, that's kind of the overview of the politics of the area. And then the Dungeon Dogs are just doing what we do.
They are the owners of the Lone Wolf.
Owners of Lone Wolf Tavern / like I don't know, Robin Hood types, I guess you could say, like fighting for good in the world of craziness, and they're also just like adventurers that they're like every town I imagine in the world has like sort of a party of people that like it's like the Hell's Angels. They just they get to do what they want.
They're like
It's
the
sort of
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Is it safe to assume that there's a Dungeon Dog box at Jamal's already?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we got the name of it. It's,
Yeah.
We,
We have the best box there, and like all these other groups do too. Like whenever there's events there,
oh, that's, yeah.
Oh,
everybody else
interesting.
is,
I like that.
these are the people that are movers and shakers in the area. So here's the scene that you guys are gonna see happening, or not really see, but I'm gonna let you in on it. So it's a dark, like gathering space. There's some. You guys are not here. There's sort of lanterns and lamps and torches lit, and there's like shadowy figures kind of murmuring and muttering around. And it's kind of like maybe it's a building, maybe it's like a room, maybe it's a cave, maybe it's a hideout. You don't know where it's happening, but it's dark and it's creepy, and there's bad guys in there moving around, and you can see that they're like keeping to themselves, like a little group over here, a little group over here, a little group over here, kind of making eyes at each other and very suspicious and not trusting. And there's some mingling between them, some not, but they're kind of like just sort of waiting on something. And it's dark, it's creepy. There's monsters, there's gross people in there, and they're all kind of looking at their watch and nervously like, what's going on here? Dungeon Dogs, meanwhile, are just at the Lone Wolf Tavern, hanging out, having drinks, talking to Scuzz, talking to Straws, and petting Jerry, of course.
This cousin Straws are gonna be nice for us to go hanging with somebody.
Yeah. And so this dark room is there, and suddenly, like out of a corner of the room where there wasn't an entrance, this dude steps out and he's wearing a jean jacket, denim jeans, cool hair, like just the coolest looking dude ever. Looks like an '80s like bass player for like the Oak Ridge Boys or something, or like Hall & Oates. Just like a super cool dude. And he walks up and he just goes, "Gentlemen," and everybody kind of like pays attention. They kind of gather around, and his eyes are like glowing orange or yellow, almost like cat eyes. Like he looks really cool, but he's got this terrifying appearance. And he goes, "Thanks for coming. I think you all know why we're here." And everybody kind of mumbles in agreement, and they kind of gather around.
We're not in this place.
And no, you're not. You guys are not in there.
Oh,
I'm
I
describing
thought you
it.
meant he came into the lone wolf.
No. This
Oh,
is
okay,
the dark
okay.
room full of creepy people.
I'm back.
So he just appears there. He goes, "I think you all know why we're here." And people are kind of, smoking and drinking and spitting, and they kind of gather in a little closer.
Real 1990s Christian group of bad guys.
Yeah, exactly. And Flag.
One of them's playing D&D.
Oh my god.
And
Nintendo Power Magazine.
it's a great magazine. And Flag just like kind of does a little minor illusion, and a photo of us, the Dungeon Dogs, appears in the sky, like just sort of above his head and out in the middle where everybody can see. It's almost like a rotating, three-dimensional hologram of all of us. You could even say it would be like a group picture, like that's on that coaster, just like floating, rotating. And he goes, "The Dungeon Dogs." Everybody just grumbles and pisses. They just fucking hate these guys. And he goes, "Folks, we used to get away with murder around here, and these guys are screwing it up." And he's like, starts going nuts, and he's pissed. And he's like, "I want these guys gone immediately." And whoever can bring me the body of a dead dungeon dog, or the head, or the arm. No, it's got to be the head. It's coughing up. Somebody that brings me the head of a dead dungeon dog will have a fabulous reward. I'm sick of these guys, and they have to go immediately. And they're all like, "Yes!" They're all pissed, and so like he's like, "Will you work with me?" And he's all firing up, giving them like the pep talk. And they're like, they're kind of gathering in a little bit closer as he's like doing this, and they're getting pumped up, and they're kind of like coming together as a group against the Dungeon Dogs. And he's like, "We don't have to like each other, but what's the phrase, like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The enemy of my enemy is my friend." Yeah, comrades. And he's like, if we band together and focus our efforts on these guys, we can get back to doing what we're here to do. And he's like, "Are you with me?" And everybody's like, "Yeah." And so they're fired up. And then he's like, "All right, let's make a plan." And they step in real tight, and that scene fades out. And you leave them, you leave that scene with them like coming up with a gnarly plan.
They're all like dogs whenever they swear.
Is it Dave? Jake? So yeah, that's the end of that scene, and we're gonna cut back to you guys at the Lone Wolf Tavern, and you're hanging out, talking, whatever. Is there anything that you want to do in there?
What else is in the room?
Could you grab me that lighthearted one out of the door?
Yep.
Thank you. There's a Jamaican food truck in Jacksonville. Awesome.
Looks good.
So the only people in the room are the four of you guys and Scuzz and Straws. The place is open for business.
Lefty's not in there?
And no one's here.
Lefty's in there. No one's here. It's dead, empty, and it's like 7 o'clock in the evening on a weeknight. It's like,
Oh, weeknight though.
yeah, this is Lone Wolf is hopping all the time,
Yes.
but it's not really happening. And you're kind of sitting around and you're going like, what's the deal? And Scuzz walks up and he goes, guys, we may have a problem. And you guys are kind of like look and listen. He's like, go outside and tell me what you see. And as you walk outside, you kind of like look up and down the street, and you're kind of looking around. And everybody, give me a perception check, I guess.
Right here. Oof. That'd be an 8.
7.
Hmm.
I think I'd be perceptive.
11 plus something.
14.
Okay.
Yep. That's 9 on perception.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, dang, that is nice. It's a monk way.
Oh, my passive perception is 19. I don't want to be like, what's her face, and just keep bringing that up. But
That's a good point. Okay. Well, on a passive 19, you're gonna see like down the way, and then like as you see this thing down the way, you kind of look farther down the street in the alleyway, and you realize this same thing is repeated a few times, like on these buildings, and you go up to it, and there's a warning poster of the Dungeon Dogs, and it's that exact image, and it says on there, it has a picture of all of us, and it says, "I want their heads handsomely. Handsome reward is waiting for you." And you see them kind of start to move around the corners, and you see those like all over the place. And also on a 19, you realize like the town is really not very active. Like doors are shut, windows are kind of shut up. There's some kind of suspicious people mumbling and moving around, but like the town is not looking normal. And even though you didn't see that scene I described, you kind of noticing like something's up.
Hey, Arix, there's a picture of us on the wall.
I take the picture and I go pin it up on the bulletin board in the level.
Fantastic. And
And it says, someone wants our heads and we're handsome.
Yeah, I get an extra.
And there's a
one. I also
reward.
go pin it up.
The reward of being
So you take that poster and you put it up on the wall, and there, Scuzz is just like drying off a mug. He looks up at you doing that. He's just like,
I can't read, so I just take a picture of us.
Yeah.
I want to save it.
How did they get this?
Oh yeah, our picture's the thing.
okay, so
It's
let's.
just a charcoal drawing.
So now that we've described,
Someone rubbed our face.
I'm going to read our things here. We have a vote for Lost Lake. We have a vote for the Great Southern Woods. We have a vote for Don't Care. And we have a vote for Rocky Crags.
I really painted the map there.
Yeah.
To the quarters, to the quarters.
gotta hold the map down. I don't want it to fall off the wall.
Can you triangulate the coordinates? It points to.
Okay, let's see here. Somebody roll, everybody roll a d20. 1,
18.
2, 18. All right, Drew, pick one of these.
Don't care.
No, All right, cool.
Oh no.
So you guys are going to, who wrote Rocky Crags, by the way?
I did.
Cool.
I want to see the spaceship.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
So that's the decision that you guys made, and I'm gonna ask you to stick to it. However, I guess you could just mutiny and do whatever you want, but.
I'm not that motivated.
Okay, so
West Valley it is?
so tell me what you guys want to do here. Right now, it's like 7 o'clock
7
at
o'clock
night.
at night.
What's your plan here? Like in my mind, like you guys were just kind of sitting around going, I don't know, what do you guys want to do? It's kind of a lame night. Nothing's going on. No one's in here. Let's do something. And you guys have decided as a group to go to Rocky Crags. I assume that you would go that night, since that's the whole point. You're sitting around doing nothing. Is that what you guys want to do?
Does the poster say where to deliver our heads?
No.
That would have been, yeah. I would have really got them.
Everybody's gone there.
When found, deliver to.
Drop in an email box. Posters paid.
So you can do it. You can do it like a perception check on the poster. See what you can say. Just so
That was a 19.
you hit your head on the wall.
8.
15.
You hit your head on the wall.
I
Wait,
a 0.
Oh, you have a negative one.
That's weird.
Yeah. I'm great on intelligence. but not
You're
wisdom.
farsighted or something.
Okay, so on a 15, you lean in close and you see in the bottom corner of the poster there's a little RF scratched in.
Oh, did I pull out my red thing coin
Yep.
that I have? And I go, oh, yes. Randall thing's doing.
Flag.
Flag.
You have a coin?
Yeah, he won a coin, or he like
I found it.
got a
He
coin.
flipped it at me.
After the T-Rex like dinosaur attack thing, he flipped it on you at you guys to let you know that that's he had.
Like a calling card?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, this was my
Calling coin.
Fucking with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you pull that out and you recognize like Randall Flagg is the one that's put the bounty on your head, and you know instinctually like this is going to be a problem until we are able to like do something about all of this stuff. So you've decided to go to the Rocky Crags. Like, tell me, like using the map here, like how do you travel to that location? And I'll say Gossamer's in the lead because he was the one that had the idea to go there. But you can go in any walking order that you want. But I think Gossamer's going to choose the path.
Okay. Once he chooses the path, I'll probably take the lead.
Okay.
I have 60 speed, and I can kind of scout it out with my sense of perception.
The whole time I'm trying to get in the front and I just can't catch up.
Yeah.
Oh wait, why don't I?
Victoria will get there tomorrow.
I'm gonna say like, if I find somebody, yeah. If I find somebody, I'll feed them to you.
I've got 45, so I'll be right behind you.
You're faster than me too!
Yeah. And that's without haste. You just see me with haste.
I'm arriving from the future.
I think we just go straight up. We just go hit this and then do the main drag. But we kind of keep off. Yeah,
Off the side.
off the side,
Okay.
if possible, if the terrain allows.
Yep.
Yeah, it's some
These are rocky clouds.
But those are also Rocky Crags. Yeah, the train track goes through.
This is also a train track?
Yeah.
Where does it go?
You don't know. We don't know.
It goes to
So the beach kind of goes like this.
well,
And so
the
we
guy
don't-
from last week, the promoter that you guys wrestled against. He has a
Oh, he's
timer
already.
Mono.
Yes. All right, so you're going to walk down past the Rice Park and sort of on that edge of town, and then along the main road on the side, kind of near the river slums.
So we're taking Landers.
Taking Landers,
Is
right?
that right? Is this Landers?
Well, this is like I-30, I think.
Okay.
But
No, that probably is more like 67, 167.
Yep.
Anyway,
This,
okay.
this
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
I-30.
you're right. You're right.
Which all the signs say 57.
Right? Yeah, Interstate
Yeah, that's
57.
We did it.
Okay, so as you guys start to walk, tell me the order that you're moving in.
I'll be second.
I'm scouting ahead and doing like a very thorough, like checking everything as we go.
Okay, so how far ahead are you trying to be?
15 feet.
I think it's situational. Like if there's a lot of buildings, then I'm kind of like I think I'm going like across the rooftops overhead.
Oh, you're not even in the same line.
But if there's like if things get tighter, I'll probably stay closer and do a lot more like side to side kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then like I think when we get to here, I'll probably not stay probably 30 feet ahead.
Where?
When we get to the like open area.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like as we're going through the town, I'll be like, rooftop to rooftop,
Yeah.
kind of like scouting everything. But then as we get out to this area, I'll probably be like shadow to shadow. 30 feet
Yeah.
in front.
Okay. 30 feet. Roughly within a 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and so you're first, you're second, and what about you guys?
I'm just having an existential
I'm
crisis.
trying to pitch
of
it.
not being in the front.
Okay, Torgus.
Well, I saw him on the slide.
His big legs are running slow.
I don't know what to do with myself.
Okay, so everybody,
Cats are chafing!
everybody roll a survival check, and you didn't make one with advantage because you're specifically like trying to be the scout.
13.
Okay.
So,
This is why I like 17.
Okay. So Dentor is gonna like easily survive. The rest of you guys essentially like fail the survival check, but.
we die.
So as you're kind of like walking in this order where Dentor, let's say like you're in this area right here. You're about to get to the main road. And over here you have like, buildings where it's like residential, and then across the street is the park. Dentor, where are you going to be located? Like,
With all the buildings
as
here,
I'm just grabbing you in a quick moment.
yeah, as with all these buildings here, I'm probably going rooftop to rooftop and like trying to scout each alley ahead of them, so
Okay.
that they're not getting ambushed from the alley, while
Okay.
also like looking toward the Rice Park.
Okay. So let's see here. So. Let's make it roll. Oryx does a 25 hit.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, make a, I need you to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, please.
I got a 17.
Okay, so you failed, you passed the save. And oh, that's a big roll. I got 4 sixes out of a 76. That's 6 times 4 is 24, yes?
Yes.
24, that's 28, 29, 30, 31, 36, half of 36 damage, 18 damage.
What kind of damage?
It is poison damage.
So 9.
Okay, not close. Great. So you take 9. Okay, and so, oh wait a second, hold on, I didn't do that right.
I'm sorry, what you were doing.
Yeah. That was a critical hit because you were going to be surprised by failing that save. So let's bump it back up to 18. Just since like,
Okay.
so you didn't cut it in half twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a 7.
And what was the other thing?
So I'll take 9 more.
Okay, so what happened there is you're walking. Dentor has saved, and right as this attack happens, Dentor is like trying to yell about it to warn you, but he doesn't get it off in time because he's failed the survival save, even though he passed it. And you take a crossbow bolt to the back, giving you that 18 damage. And as you spin around to try to determine like where it came from, all you know is that it hits you in the back. So what do you guys do?
I turn around.
Okay.
And grab my axe and say sheesh.
Okay, so you grab the axe, you light the axe up, and as you turn around and look, you see absolutely nothing. There's really nothing out of the ordinary.
Past it or which direction it came from?
Do I know which direction it came from?
Yeah, you saw what was about to happen, and you can see that it came from like basically like 3 alleys back behind him to his left.
Mm-hmm.
So like pretty close to like the Lone Wolf Tavern, really, I guess you would say.
Okay. So I'm going to yell that information to them and head in the direction of the attack. while also scanning for other potential ambushes.
Okay.
I also start going back that
Back towards that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me y'all both give me a survival check.
22.
22. Okay, so you're going to save on that, meaning like you're sort of not in danger. Dentor doesn't really see anything. What are the two of you guys going to do?
For safety precautions, I'm going to use one of my blade sounds.
Okay.
Then I'm going to cast Spirit Guardian.
Okay. And what does that do to your HP?
It doesn't, it's not HP, it's just, there's a 15-foot sphere around me that if the thing gets into it, they have to roll a wisdom save.
Okay. Give me your HP and AC, by the way. I didn't get that.
AC is 21, and HP is 102.
I'm not wearing that.
Alright. So yeah, you guys like don't really see anything else as you go back to investigate. This thing that has attacked you is gone. And let's see here. Did you do a survival check, Torga?
Mm-hmm. This is mine.
When did you do that? This after the attack or before?
It was the first. It was before. It was the first time we got.
Okay, do another survival check for me. Because you're kind of heightened right now. So I just got hit.
Ooh, that is a 4.
Okay, so does a 26 hit this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll let you know.
You reckon? You right in the back there. It's okay though. I don't care.
And give me a DC 15. What was it? Dexterity save? Constitution save.
For the record, I don't know if this counts here, but if I'm surprised at the beginning of combat,
Philip, so you're going to take 46 points of damage from that attack. Because that was a critical hit. And as you turn around to discover what that was, give me a perception check with disadvantage as you were just struck in the back with another crossbow.
13 and a 7.
Okay. So yeah, you're not going to be able to see where it came from, and the rest of the guys are kind of looking the other direction. So you kind of you see nothing. It's over kind of before it starts. So do you guys want to? What do you want to do now? You basically just got sniped twice because as you've now learned, there's a group that wants your head, and there's a handsome reward. There's people in this town that will do anything for money, but also they want to get into Randall Flagg's good graces, or at least not be on his bad side.
And we've established that we don't see the sniper anywhere and can't find it.
No, it's dark out, and
Probably got off the road. So.
yeah, they've disappeared. They're just like they never existed.
Alright. What is a... Do we see any like wagons or anything around?
Let's see. You get a passive perception of 19. Yeah, there's wagons. There's sort of random like wheelbarrows and like hand carts and things like that. We'll say there's like one covered wagon and there's one uncovered wagon. And there's just from living in this town, there's no animals out, no horses out at the moment, but they're also the people have them stable here and there, like tied up.
I'm returning you into throwing that hat of disguise and look like a horse or something and wagging us down to where we're
pull
going.
this wagon.
Yeah.
Great.
What is the head of disguise?
Oh, I have a hat disguise that allows me to cast disguise self.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
To anything?
So I'm assuming myself.
Okay. No. I mean, like you can change your disguise into like a non-humanoid.
I need to look up the spell.
So I think if I equip it, then it will put it in this place.
Also, as this is happening, you're kind of figuring out what you want to do. You're panicking. Lefty just like bursts out of the Lone Wolf Tavern and is just running down the street with this poster going, "Did you guys see this? You guys are in big trouble!"
The tunic.
And he's just like
Yeah.
screaming and waving his hand. Oh,
That's why I don't have it on.
They're like, "It's a good picture of you, but you guys are screwed."
I'll still pull it.
What do you guys think?
It says you can't change your body type.
It's fine. I don't understand that. I put the hat on and don't realize it doesn't work. And
Okay.
I'm like, harness myself up and
I
it's
think
like,
we're just targets if we keep stick to the roads.
So we jump in a cover wagon and then
sounds like I am a target.
Yeah.
And I'm indestructible.
Okay.
Okay, give me just like a straight luck check to see if you are able to find like anything at all to disguise yourself.
Oh, I'm not trying to disguise myself.
Oh, you don't want to disguise
No,
yourself?
I put on the hat.
Can I try to help him with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You said luck?
Yeah. You don't have a stat for that. It's just a straight check.
Oh, 16.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'd say like you can find a like cloth of some kind, like it's like a tarp basically, that you can throw over him if he wants to take it to at least hide his identity.
Fine. I'll put the axe up and allow myself to be draped with a tarp.
And
Okay.
I'm going to cast Bless
Oh, I got it.
on those three. So anytime you do a check for the next minute, you get to add a D4.
Oh, good.
Did we find the horse right now?
Cool. Eat silvers.
Can you summon a horse?
You didn't look for a horse.
You this horse?
You just know that there's horses nearby. If you guys would like to find a horse, you can spend some time looking for a horse, or some kind of like a donkey or a mule or something that would potentially-
Whistle and see if a horse comes to us.
Okay.
I reckon cast
Like a
Phantom
lynx
Steed.
whistle.
What did you say?
I have a spell called Phantom Steed.
Okay, let's do his thing first. I like this idea. Torga, give me an animal handling check with advantage because that's a great idea.
Can I help?
That's the speed of
Yes, you can help. He already has advantage. So.
Well, I'm good at animal handling.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to help any more than advantage.
That's fine.
13.
Okay, so
Yeah, doesn't help.
15.
I'm going to say that you're able to spend like basically 5 to 7 minutes like looking around. Like you whistle and like a horse doesn't come running, but you can hear it kind of like make some horse sounds. And like 2 houses away, you can tell if there's like a horse tied up over there.
I'll forget it.
Okay, so you go and grab the horse. Let's do a stealth check to see if you're able to sneak that horse out of there without.
Stealing the horse?
He's carrying it back to the wagon.
Ooh, 8.
Wait, are you a horse? Who are you two?
Dentor.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay, so you go over there to try to grab the horse, and as you're kind of messing with it, you kind of fumble around and make some noise, and you hear like the homeowner come out, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on out there?"
We're grabbing something.
Yeah. I'm going to say, sir, we need to borrow your horse so we can go catch those rascals, the dungeon dogs. You can have a slice of the reward.
Okay, let's do a deception check with advantage.
And I'll throw on the bag of gold.
Should have intimidated him. Hey, 17.
Okay, yeah, he's like, "Ah!"
-1.
And he kind of goes like, he kind of makes a face like he's really conflicted. He's like, "I actually like those guys, but I understand what's going on." And he's like, "Yeah." He just grunts and like shuts the door. And he goes, "Bring it back." And he shuts the door. So you have the horse now.
Alright, I was going to pay him. Alright, great. Should have just paid him in the first
And
place.
he opens the door and goes, "What did you say?"
Oh, how about the horse?
How long do you want?
Yes.
1 night is 10 gold.
The horse. The animal.
He goes, "Oh, the horse?
Yeah.
I can hate that horse. Take the damn thing. Bring it back tomorrow." But yeah.
No guarantees.
I'm just going to give 10 gold.
And he just goes like, "You're not gonna fuck him, are you?"
No, sir. I am not. I'm gonna put a hard
He shuts the door. He stops listening.
I am not. Okay.
He's not
Did
listening.
not guarantee the horse will not be back.
I won't do that.
Confirm or deny.
Is Leslie still in there?
He opens the door again and he goes, "You're not a tour guide with you, dude."
Are you gonna take the horse? And then I'm gonna throw 10 gold at him and then head out.
Whatever. She'll throw. All right. So you have a horse. You have a wagon. What would you like to do with it?
Harness it up.
Harness it up, and you guys are gonna get inside the covered wagon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should someone ride the horse?
No, I think we use reins.
Yeah.
We put the having this guy's on the horse.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Is there a covered spot to control the horse?
Yeah. There's a it's like a semi-covered spot, but it's dark, and so like if you have a hood or something, you can pop up. You'll be fairly well disguised. Okay, so you hook up with the horse, and now you're going down this road towards the Rocky Crags. And at this point, you're kind of like you're just sort of bouncing along, and you're sort of unnoticed, but like there's still like you can tell there's like creepy stuff going on in the town, like not on the road, but just sort of things are odd.
Yeah.
And you're bouncing along the road. You're going towards the Rocky Crags.
It's like driving through Malvern.
At 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I asked the horse what its name is.
Give me an animal handling check.
12.
Hey, what's your name?
So yeah, you ask the
I
horse.
cannot speak with animals.
Oh, okay.
I just,
You say, "What's your name?" And the horse turns around and goes, and just keeps moving.
I look between the horse's legs.
And you see his dick.
Okay. The horse's name is Frank.
The horse ignores you, just clopping along. Okay, so you're kind of like rolling along this main road. There's not many other like people out, but like they're moving around, and you're getting close to the Rocky Crags. And what that is just like these big boulder fields that are very hard to like navigate through. And I guess like as you get close to like about right here, you kind of see like a little avenue where you can get in there a little bit. So you kind of pull off to the side of the road, and what do you want to do?
Well, make sure the area is safe. Want to make sure the area is safe.
Yeah, so at this point you're like out of town.
Mm-hmm.
You're in that like weird spot between like Jacksonville and Cabot, I guess, something like that. Maybe it's not that far north, but
That's weird.
just like that dead zone.
Yeah.
And so like you look around and you don't really see anything going on, but you also know that things are creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to check out the landscape and kind of determine how well like just a horse would do or a horse and buggy would do in this kind of environment.
Yeah, so you don't need much of a check to notice that a buggy's not going into that area at all.
What about just a horse?
And probably not a horse either. You probably think he's going to break a leg pretty quickly if he tries to go through that area. But,
You gonna say
so,
that, Frank?
Just figured we'd try to find a safe place to hide out.
Yeah, can we put Frank in a safe place?
sure, yeah, there's, I'll say like on the other side of the road, there's sort of like a hitching post kind of a thing that's just sort of an abandoned, like, you tie up Frank and you leave the wagon sitting there. And
Is there anything in the wagon?
make a, I guess with the perception of 19, what do you, is there something that's specific that you want to be in the wagon?
I would just, I always want to, I don't carry things, but I often try to
Oh, yeah.
improvise. And so if there are things in the wagon that I might find useful, I might figure them.
Okay, what is the thing that you would decide would be the most exciting? If you could manifest one thing in the wagon.
Lightsaber.
Okay, that's going to be a DC 8 million. Dang, now you get to roll it.
No. Okay. If that had been 20 though.
You would have had to do it. It's funny.
Let's say.
Give me something that will exist in this.
Yeah.
Shuttle. Something you've seen before.
There's a railgun.
I don't think we've seen a railgun before.
Maybe like 4 Gypsy disguises.
Oh, okay, great. That's a very specific thing. I'm gonna say that's a DC.
Clown costumes.
I'm gonna say that's a DC 18. So,
Oh, 4.
okay. I'm gonna let you make one more check for a specific item. Even though you've clearly immediately just like ransacked me inside.
Yeah. Healing potions.
Okay. That's more of a common item. We'll say that's a DC 12 for 4 healing potions. Fail. You find absolutely nothing of value in there. There's some like
I feel bad at this point for them all watching me go through this wagon and like
That's clearly
things,
empty.
and there's just nothing in it.
yeah, you're prying up the boards in the bottom of the wagon now,
Yeah.
and finding absolutely nothing. It's just rags and junk.
Did you find anything?
No.
Found nothing.
Refills.
It was nice. It was a good try there. So Dimtar goes in and he goes, "Hang on, I think there might be a lightsaber in here." No. Oh no, hang on. This might be Gypsy. No. And you just come back with absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So you sort of leave Frank and the wagon behind, and you make your way into the Rocky Crags. And as you kind of, what I'm picturing is like kind of like the that area on Pinnacle Mountain that's like just boulders.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to move through. That's what it sort of looks like and feels like. It's absolutely difficult terrain. It smells like just dry stone and lichen, and there's like wind, like funky wind. Oh, it's time to do that.
Very That's good. That's really good.
We have been real.
You're thinking funny.
And
Yeah. That's good.
you're hearing sounds as you step through there. You're hearing sounds of just like loose gravel and like sort of tumbling like stones and just dry like talus rocks sort of moving around as you step through these things. There's like sort of hawks in the air and the echoes of your steps as the rocks come up. It's like this is what it feels like high up on the Colorado mountain. Loose.
Dead.
Jagged rocks, and steep drops and crevasses and sort of wind carved like stuff. And so you're moving towards you're moving through the Rocky Crags. And as you're doing that, you're kind of like, there's this dark tower that sort of is like visible and also hidden at times, like behind rocks and boulders. But like there's this thing out there, and I'm assuming you're like making your way towards that.
Yeah.
That tower. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good assumption.
So as you approach the dark tower, you come up to it, and it's just like, it looks like a blackened fang, just sort of standing up in these rocks. It just looms narrow and sort of leaning a little bit, almost as if recoiling from the world itself. It is obsidian dark and pitted in different areas, like lava, like it's been cooled like lava rocks. And as you approach it, there's like sort of crows and like bird shit everywhere, and sort of some signs of life. And there's like this big, like arched, like double doorway, sort of standing in the front of this. As the steps like carve up, it's just like a huge, like curved double door. And then to the sides of the door, it's more rocks and boulders, and like there doesn't seem to be like any clear way around the outside of it.
Is Torget impressed by the stonework?
Torga is very impressed by the stonework, but like recognizes that it's like all old. Like it was cool one time.
But it's not a spaceship?
I don't think that you know what a spaceship is.
We've all seen the scars, man.
It's a big, gnarly tower.
Star wagon.
It kind of looks like Saruman's tower.
I said, don't let that pass you by. Star wagon.
Star wagon. And as you get close to the doors, you see on the left door it says star, and on the right door it says wagon. And you're like, and everybody looks at Tori like, "What the fuck are you?"
The customer goes, I knew it. Alright, so where's the door?
Would
You
it
got the
be
doors, and on the sides of the doors, like there's this tower that's like big, and like the rocks just kind of pile up around it, and so there doesn't seem to be any other like way in, but you could like investigate and see what you see.
would it be just a waste of time to try to like quickly kind of do like a recon circle?
No, you can do that fairly quickly. Like I'm gonna say that this whole thing is like, let's see.
Bigger than this house?
Yeah, it's bigger than this house in diameter, but like,
Bigger than the church?
yeah, it's like roughly the size of the refuge.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
There's no signs of life.
Smaller than Jamal's home.
It's much smaller than I'll say it's the size of this lot. You know, like, I don't know, 100 feet. 300 feet square.
Yeah.
300 feet in diameter.
Okay, alright.
So yeah, you can make a quick trot around. So if you want to do that, and what are you looking for exactly?
Just traps, ambushes,
Okay.
other entry points, other exit points.
Yeah, so you go around it completely, and as you go around, you're looking for things and being very careful, and you're not noticing any other entries on like the ground floor. But up above, there are like, we'll say like 20 feet above you, and again at 40 feet above you, there's like windows, a few of those sort of scattered on the outside edge of this thing that you think to yourself like, I could definitely fit through that if I could climb up to it, and yeah, and
I have to go look.
so yeah, that's what
Yeah.
you see.
You can move 10 feet.
Oh, actually-
every second.
That's insane. The windows are open?
No, they're not open, but you know that you can fit through. But you were able to
Oh,
get up
and you
there.
said 40 feet up?
Yeah, 20 feet up and 40 feet up, so it's like level 2. And
Oh.
level,
I'm gonna walk up to the 20-foot window and see if I can.
well, you have to climb up to it.
Okay.
It's a
Well,
straight climb.
But I can do that.
He does that thing where you do that.
Oh, you can walk the walls. Yeah. All right. I forgot about that. Yeah, so you just like
I walk up the wall.
you just go vertical and you're just walking straight up, like all the way up to it, and you get to the window and you can see that like it isn't expected that anybody would try to get in there, but like there's a simple like latch that's done that like you can open up with we'll call it a DC-10. I don't know what check that would be. Dexterity check.
Okay. I'm trying to also like, I don't want to give away that we're here, but I'm trying to kind of sense what's on the other side of this closed window.
Okay, so yeah.
Would I think, yeah, this is a good idea, or would I think I should go back and tell them what's going
I
on?
think that you would think that it is maybe a good idea. I think that you would look around. You're going to peek in the window, and it's just dark in there. You can't see anything at all. But you also don't see people and lights or movements or anything. So you're like, I can get in here. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. And it's just up to you if you want to do that or come back and go some other way.
I'm gonna go
What
back
did
and
we
tell.
come here
I'm gonna go
for?
back and tell the guys that this is what I found and what I could do if they want to.
This is just what we were doing with our afternoon, right?
Yeah, evening.
Evening.
It's a late evening.
Yeah.
We've already
But
had
we were
dinner.
just we weren't doing
We'll
anything.
call it
so
8
just
o'clock
like-
now.
We just came out here for the hell of it, right?
But you got shot and she got shot.
Yeah, but we don't necessarily think that we're infiltrating a hideout.
This is quite aimless, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, you don't. If there's no clear objective here, you're just
We've never
doing
heard of this
something.
place, there's no
But you
floor.
also know that
Great.
you are wanted, and so in the back of your mind, you're like, we don't know how to deal with this. So you're like, let's
Yeah.
just go and do something
Cool.
rather than sit here like sitting ducks. So you guys can discuss how you want to. What do you want to do next time?
Yeah. I mean, do we want to like, have him open the window and just take a peek?
Let's look at his computer and see what we can figure
Are
out.
we scared of this place?
I feel pretty
everyone knows what ours would do. So
Yeah, that's usually more large too.
Yeah, I've just come back and told you guys what I found and what I could do. If you think I should do that, I'll do it. Second story window.
does that sound how like you would want to spend your evening? Like climbing walls and going in windows?
Sure.
Cool.
Dentor's all about inertia, so it's just like we just keep moving forward.
Oh yeah. Can we just move forward into the front door?
Sure.
Usain Bolt's movement is 205 feet.
In 6 seconds?
Yeah.
So not that fast.
You move 6.43 miles per hour.
Walking
Good
speed.
job.
It's walking speed though.
Fully-
He could dash and move 120 feet in 6 seconds.
And that's like from being stopped to fully moving to stopping again.
Yeah.
I guess not. I guess you don't have to stop.
Yeah, it's just like you could be in motion.
I also.
The time really
Okay.
breaks down.
I'm resistant to falling damage too.
So if I had blade song on, that would put me at 55.
Mm-hmm.
If I haste, that doubles that. Then if I dash,
You have 110, so 220.
Yeah, if I double dash.
Good.
So you're like a high school 100-meter dash
Yeah.
runner.
You said 205 for Usain?
3-0.
I went back there and Gabe was just sitting on the toilet with the door
He-
wide
in
open,
6 seconds he
playing
could-
Switch. Oh my god.
In 6 seconds, he
Sorry, I had to see
can
that.
205 feet down.
Okay.
So yeah, you're running this like you can move as fast as Usain Bolt.
Nice.
what do you guys actually?
We're gonna have a race actually.
Yeah. I'm start doing races.
Okay.
Craft first.
Yeah. What do
The
you
digger's
guys?
gonna show up and race up the wall.
Yeah,
Oh, do you think we knock on the door?
Oh, we think people live here?
I don't know. Let's just open the door.
Yeah, I'll open
At that point.
Open the door. Okay. Before we do that, everybody give me a survival check. More survival.
Oh, 19, let's go.
6.
17.
Troy's fumbling with her dice.
Forget one of my
Where's
bonuses.
their dice?
Ooh.
Wow.
Wouldn't
Doesn't matter what the bonus is.
So yeah,
Ton
Gossamer
of stairs are
and
hard.
Dentor, like these two guys fail. Gossamer and Dentor, like as you Gossamer kind of put your hand on the doorknob to open it, you start to turn it, and then at the last second, you kind of look around behind you, and it's dark, and there's kind of dim moonlight, and you start to see like you're being followed. So when you do, as you have your hand on the door and you've got it halfway turned, and Dentor has now noticed that as well. That you guys have been followed.
Minus.
Yeah, there's just like you can see. You don't see people, but you see shadows in the moonlight, kind of moving through those rocks quietly. And
Can
very,
I
very
see
quiet.
these things? How far away are they?
You don't see the things, but you see the shadows of the things, and they're we'll say like 75, 80 feet away.
Do we feel like they are a threat to us? Or something that we should be just curious about?
Yeah, you definitely feel like you've been shot twice on this journey already. You definitely are heightened and alert, and you feel threatened for sure. And you also remember that there's like everyone's out to get you.
Everyone turns towards Gossamer and he says,
Guys, everybody hurry up and get inside.
Okay, so you
Hurry and
turn
close the door behind us.
you turn the doorknob and you rush in and you shut the door down.
So you saw that?
what? Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Do you think you want to go up to that window again and see? Out?
Yeah. To the other side?
Do you want to go and see? If
Go up from the inside.
Yeah, look at
And
look
look
at
out.
what we saw from the inside.
Okay. Well, we're inside now, so what do we see?
Let's pull out a map.
Okay.
That I'm going to draw right now. Oh damn! I used up all. Is there a way to
Do
like?
you want the map? I have the map.
No, we're gonna go old school. Alright, move all your people.
Tower time.
Okay, so, It's like a circular tower,
Mhm.
and you have just come in through a pair of double doors that are kind of like here. That 20-foot window is here, 40-foot window is here, another 20-footer here, 40, and another 20.
And the 40s are on like the third story, the 20s are on the.
Second, yeah. So it's, tall ceilings. That's what you see from the outside, and this is like tapered up as like a needle, so it gets smaller as it goes up. But for the purposes of this, that's how it goes. Inside here, there's a small like sort of entry area. It's like a big weird chandelier above the head, and there's going to be like some doors to some rooms there. And over here on the side, like sort of diminishing as it goes up, is like the spiral staircase that goes the whole way up. And underneath the staircase, there's kind of another little room here. There are doors. And then inside here, there's just like some tables. It's a sort of long picnic table, sort of pub style situation. There's a big circular rug. And hanging from the pinnacle of this whole thing is another big like chandelier with like torches and stuff, or candles and stuff, but none of it is on. It's essentially like pitch black inside there. As you look up, there's levels there's like a roof above your head, a ceiling above your head that's like 20 feet up, and so you can't see beyond that outside of the staircase that's going up.
Oh, okay. So it's not a big open area.
It's not open. There's floors above you that you assume there are because you've
If
seen
they're
the
all
windows.
20 feet, how many floors are we talking about here?
Without really knowing, you're going to assume this thing is 300 feet tall. It's like a tall spire.
Alright.
Not a super tall spire. But
So 15 stories.
and so you have a ceiling above your head, 20 feet. You see what you see in there. And you see the staircase. And that's what you got going on right now.
There's really no way for us to see the people approaching.
Well, you can open the door. You can go to the windows. That's the only ways that you're going to be able to see out. There's no windows on the first level. Because on the outside, the rock slopes up around.
There's nobody on this first level.
You don't see anything or anybody. It's like, it's not pitch black in there, but it's like 90% black in there. You have a little bit of window light coming from like the stairwell area. Like this window is actually exposed, and there's a little bit of moonlight coming in.
You
Since
want
I
me to
have
go?
dark vision, I want to look around and make sure that there's not other people in here.
Right. Yeah, that's the same.
Okay, yeah, you don't see anybody right away. Like real quick, you scan the room and you see nothing and nobody. And you don't really see any signs of anybody having been here recently. Like it's all sort of old and dusty and gross. Not like it's been abandoned for like 100 years, but like, months, I guess you would say.
Well, we could start another tavern.
How we are
So
now.
there's already 2 tables.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on. Did anybody? You need some help?
I am hurt.
I'll have that chandelier.
There's one right above your head that's like, say, 8 feet up.
You get 26.
And then the chandelier that's above your head it's hanging in the center of the room.
Sending stone?
Actually, I'll say this because of the way I described it. The main chandelier that's hanging in the center is hanging from the tip of the thing, and it comes through every floor all the way to that one.
Okay.
So around that thing, there's a little balcony that, to create space for the chain that you could look down. And as the balcony, as thing gets higher, like the balcony gets smaller and smaller. But you can look up. If you were to look up from it, you could see 15 balconies or like viewing circles that would go all the way down.
Okay, well, first I want to use a little druid craft cantrip and light
Okay.
the chandelier.
The one right above you, or the
Yeah.
big one?
Well, I got 30 feet.
73.
Do you light both?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you light both up, and now it's illuminated, and there's now like a faint amount of warm light coming out of the windows of the tower.
Okay.
Just from like the bottom floor.
I've got and we're trying to communicate with each other, right?
Well, he just handed me his sending stone.
I've got a telepathic.
It's like walkie talkies.
I've got a telepathic bond, but it has to be as rituals. It's going to take 10
Yeah,
minutes.
this is fine.
We can all communicate together.
Oh.
It's been
I
time.
think we have 10 minutes.
Okay.
I think y'all should
I'll go and start
prepare.
just in case.
I think y'all should prepare to ambush anybody that comes in here.
Got it.
And then
Sheesh.
I'll go up and check out the other floors.
Sounds good. I stand right here on this corner
On this picnic table.
with my eyes.
I'm going to.
Hang on, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go check out the next floor.
Okay, and you're standing in the corner with the axe flaming. Dentor's going up the steps. What are you doing?
Oh, mine's it.
Oh, that's you.
We're from the right.
Ours is just here.
I'm like around this corner.
Okay, you're standing around, and Torga's scratching her gross pubes.
No, I'm casting.
Imagine Torga with a hand fully down her pants. I'm actually
Somehow I can.
Yeah, it's easy.
That's how she
I'm
casts.
casting a
We'll have a
card
picture of it later.
right here. I'm casting Guardian of Faith, which
Oh,
is a
yes.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
large spectral guardian who appears as a sword and a shield, gleaming short sword with the symbol of my deity. Any hostile creature to me that moves into a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed in the dex save. Otherwise, they take 20 damage or half on a successful save. And it can only do a total of 60 damage.
And what's the area of effect of that?
30 feet. It's 20 feet big, and then it's another 10
Okay,
feet
so
wide.
you're saying it takes up this whole entryway?
Yep.
Yeah, I got you. And
And they have a
any creature entering that space has
Yeah,
to make a dex
spectral
save.
guardian.
Yeah, I got a spectral guardian.
Is that DJI?
Yeah.
Have you seen the price of pieces this last month?
No.
Everything's gone up like $600.
Really?
Yeah, because it's all made in China. It's a Chinese company.
Damn, I got 2 of those. I need to sell them. It's a good time to sell them.
Like the Osmo gimbals have gone up like 400. And then
Oh my
You know
god.
where it's at, by the way. It's all made up.
All real.
DJI Osmo gimbals.
This podcast is sponsored by DJI and God's Osmo Gimbal.
DJ me.
give China your data.
You channel all your data at Truth Social.
Okay. So I'm going to. Can I dash and quickly check out the next 6 floors?
No. Let me think about this. Okay, so the idea here with everybody else is you're waiting for people to come into the front door, and Dentor is going to just go and check out as much as he can above us.
That's right.
Yes?
I-
I
One more
can
thing
cover
I would like to
120
do.
feet in 6
Yeah, yeah.
seconds.
Let me think about this. Your Torga's backing up. Okay.
I have an ability I never thought I would actually use as a character, and I would like to use it.
Let's hear it.
Because of one of my spirit protection thingies, I can cast clairvoyance,
Okay.
which allows me to pick a spot within 1 mile if I'm very familiar with the spot, or somewhere that is very obvious, like the other side of that door, if I'm not familiar with the area.
Great.
And I can either choose to hear or see what is happening
On the other side of that area.
So I would like to cast that on the other side of this
Okay,
door
great.
with vision, so I can
So you can see what's
I can
happening.
see what's happening
Oh,
as if I
nice.
was in that spot.
You have a peephole. Okay, great. So yeah, you're gonna have to. Do you have to stand in front of the door to do that? Or
No,
you
I
just-
have a mile range.
Oh, you have a mile. Okay, great.
And since that's like, I can envision what the other side of the door is.
Yeah.
Like, I can cast it there.
Okay, so yeah, you take a peek outside the door. Do you guys, when you came in, did you do anything to bar the door, or lock the door? And you can't.
I think we just came.
Yeah.
Just do it.
All right. So you shut the door.
We shut the door.
Yeah. You shut it. The door is shut. But it was unlocked when you got there, and it remains unlocked. And RX is looking on the other side of it, and what he sees on the other side of it.
And this lasts for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So give me a perception check with advantage on that.
Super
I'm
perception.
gonna let you see, but I'm gonna tell you how much you can.
It's a 19 minus 1, so I got an 18.
Put a bump and then
So you're gonna see outside the door, like almost immediately and very close in proximity. There's like 6 or 7 dark figures that are like hooded, and you can't really make out their shapes, but like they're approaching the door like right now, and you know that you have about 10 seconds to prepare for that.
6 or 7 incoming.
I heard it.
Okay.
You have 10 seconds. If you want to do anything, you can do anything.
I am going to feel Gossamer's vibe, and I'm going to slowly
Okay, so
back away.
Dentor, as you've
My
heard
brother
him
fired.
say 10 seconds, what are you going to do? And I'm going to say you're halfway to the second floor right now, when you heard him say that.
Are there any windows on the front?
No. No, the front is just like clean, rock almost, all the way up. There's like the chandelier here, and there's like a circle that allows the chain to come down, for the chandelier from the second floor. So you have enough time to get to the second floor and look out a window, jump out a window, or go and look down that circular opening. That's kind of, or you can go up there and lay down and take a nap, whatever you want to do.
What's the window here?
Let's just see here. I think we
I think
did
you did 20, 40, 20, 40.
40, 20. Yeah, this is another 20.
All right.
And there's more windows up higher.
Yeah.
So similar.
What did we say the circumference was?
300 foot in circumference. So it's a large room.
Yeah.
Like a figure size scale.
So,
Yeah.
if I'm here, then what is the radius and or diameter?
diameter's 95.
Thank you. All right.
Diameter. Oh, you said circumference. No, the diameter is 300. The diameter is 300.
Oh.
It's 300 foot.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
This is very large.
Yeah.
Humongous.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, it's essentially like the size of this lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's not a giant building, but it's not a tiny building either.
Right. Okay.
You can get to this. You can get across it real quickly, but I mean, so the radius is 150 feet.
Okay. Well.
But I'm gonna let you make a move here, like.
Okay. Hearing what he said, my goal now is to get out a window, down, and then flank these guys.
Okay.
So I think for me, knowing what I know about space,
it seems to me that
Once
your
you
quickest
get the second
route
floor,
to the outside of this door is to run around and
To
jump
this
out this
20,
window,
yeah.
and then you're on. You're gonna land, and then you'll be like not far from the.
But you tell me how far I can get in that.
Your goal is to
Before-
just show up right here.
No, just to get to where I can see them. They don't know I'm there, but then I'm ready for a flanking maneuver.
You want to be out the window and on the ground.
If you're dashing, you make it 120 in 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Only if it's through the snow.
122. I think you're going to make it to the window on this turn, but you're not going to be able to get out of it.
Okay.
And as now 10 seconds have passed,
Yeah, so I'm gonna let them know what I've done. Well, I'm gonna let him
Oh, yeah, yeah.
do the settings.
you've communicated that.
Yeah.
All right, let me do some like initiative stuff. So everybody roll initiative here.
Dan has basically the best day of school ever. So there we go.
Field day?
No, it's like
Oh.
after like testing party. It's like I finished because of my Dixie, so I watched Community and then like the extra. I read that with the girls this year. It's great. No, it's Community and it's great. And Dave Matthews.
He is in it. He's been that store.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Rushing, I was like, whoa!
Yeah, I was like, oh dang, it's actually wow.
Okay, give me your initiatives.
13.
13.
10.
It's an 8er.
Does anybody want to swap with me? Swap.
Oh, you can?
Where are you?
Wait. You said 8, Torger?
Yeah.
swap with you if you want to go a little sooner.
I don't know if it's gonna make a difference or not.
I wanted Gossamer to go before me, and that's happening.
Yeah, so let's let it be then.
Alright, I got it.
Do that. You can smoke him, and then I can run out there and smack him in the face.
Hey, you have alert, right? For bingo?
No.
Is it only at the beginning of combat or any time you can switch?
Only the beginning.
There's a mosquito about to land on the bike.
Yeah. It's right up in there.
Bad, Mr. Pretty bad.
Got him!
Ah, yeah, sucks it.
I was trying to.
Space wagon. Don't forget space wagon.
Space
wagon.
That would have gone on the board.
Okay, so my guys rolled very good. And
Did you say good?
very good.
Oh no.
Excellent.
So 4 of them are going to go before you go, and then it'll be Gossamer, RX, one of my guys, Dentor, Torgraf, one of my guys.
Does this guy roll initiative?
I don't think so.
I think it's good.
No, just when they enter into his space, then they have to roll.
They're probably Thanksgiving. So,
They're not like
This wasn't
bad. They're like
There's
the intended flavor.
2 turn.
Flavor I enjoy. What'd you get?
Pineapple wasn't bad.
Yeah, that one.
hey, look at these cowboys.
Also, I don't think this guy can get.
Flavor.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's like bad Kool-Aid.
you can't. This guy can't get attacked, so they like.
It's just a floating ghost.
He deals a certain amount of damage and then he disappears, right?
When he's dealt 60.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens. RX is still able to see out the door, right? Okay, so
Okay.
I'm like, all these butts are on my face now.
so
Where's Rinkin?
what happens right here is 4 guys come in the door together, and they're all going to do this save that we have to do, and then 2 of them are going to remain on the outside, kind of watching, like flanking and stuff. So what needs to happen right here?
15 deck save of 15.
They all need to make us 15 deck save. Okay. One of them passes, and I'm gonna do one more. One out of 3 of those guys saves.
Okay, so 3 of them take 20 and 1 takes 10.
And then your guys disappeared.
3 of them
Dealt
take
60
20
damage.
and 1 takes 10. Roll a d4 for me so I can decide which one of these 4 takes the.
Number 1.
Okay.
Non-locker.
Number 1 takes 10, and the rest of them take 20. Right?
It's cool until 6 people attack you at once.
Right?
Okay. So what happens after that? Like.
He disappeared.
Oh, he's gone. Okay, great. All right, so we're gonna call these guys 1, 2, 3, and 4. So remember that. White is 1. Torga is 2. This is another Torga. We'll take Torga's hair.
No axe, Torga.
We'll take Torga's hair off.
Ball.
That
1,
Torga had
2,
no
3,
axe.
4. We'll just put them in order here so that we remember.
No axe having Torga.
No axe, bitch. And so number 1, like, comes in, and you guys see, like, this is like a furry, gross, like, gnarly creature with fangs and like pointy ears and like leather forearm things with spikes on the ends, leather like shoulder pauldrons with spikes, and like this leather armor and like big gnarly like goat feet and like a big ass weapons. And they come in, and they the first one comes in, he looks from side to side, and he sees RX, and he turns and runs straight towards the RX. I guess, like, for the sake of this combat, like, even though this place is like large, and I've got my spacing screwed up, like, so wait, when you dashed, what was your distance with the dash?
120. So like, if this is 300,
Yeah. This is
Then-
150.
then this is 150, which means that this is 75 feet.
Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna go half of that.
Yeah, I just did the calculations to figure out what's here to here, and it's 100 feet.
from here to here?
If I went outside and then tried to get to this guy, it would take me 100.
Okay,
to get to him.
that's sure. That's
Yeah, so, yeah, everybody's pretty far apart right now.
yeah. It's a bigger room. Okay, so he's gonna throw a javelin at Arx,
Javelin.
Javelina.
and that's gonna be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that will do it.
Oh, wait.
And
That will
it's gonna go.
do it.
That's only gonna be 8 damage. He's gonna take on it.
8 piercing.
Yeah.
I'm not ranged, so I'll take all 8.
Okay. Number. This guy's gonna come in and do the same thing. Javelin at him. He's going to roll a 20.
What's how far can they throw the javelin?
It's ranged. It's like a ranged thing.
I don't know, how far?
Let's see. The range.
You will
People carry more than one javelin.
120 feet.
Oh, that's with disadvantage, right? Is it 60/120?
Listen, man, you're not God this time.
Fair. I am not.
Then it is 60.
Is the 20 hit?
But yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be 11 damage. And the third guy is going to come in and do the exact same thing. That's not going to hit. Fourth guy is going to come in and do the exact same thing.
stand together.
It's a nat 20 on the fourth guy.
That will hit, yes.
Look at what happened on accident.
So that's a critical hit, so that's going to double the damage.
Doubles the roll, not the modifier.
Anything over 30 is with disadvantage, just so you know, God.
That's 18 damage.
Got it.
And now it is Gossamer's turn, and as Gossamer, you're about to go, like, you can see very clearly that these guys have all come in, surveyed the room, registered every single person in the room, and gone absolutely after after Arx with outrageous fury.
This is fine.
Okay.
Because ours is
Dex save of 17, please.
Listen to that sound.
For all of these?
Yeah.
Those D20. Oh man, look at these dice, Drew. 17, 17, 19, and 8. So I got 3 saves and 1 fail.
That's 14, 15, 21, 2, 3, 4, 24.
24 total, and then
Yeah.
the 3 that saved take half.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so 12 on the first 3.
Yep. That's my first attack.
Okay, good.
And so then, are they kind of like together?
Yeah, they got some. They're like furious to like get Arch's head.
In the middle of all of them, I want to cast Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
I love that one. And they were 64.
Just a fountain.
No, it's the hole in the ceiling.
So it's
Allows the
14,
chain.
14 damage.
14 damage on who? All of us?
All of them.
There's no save on that?
Nope.
Great. Okay.
So a creature, anyone who enters that space will take it, and they will take it once per turn.
Okay.
how much fire have
Well, we can leave. What's the area of effect on that?
I think it's 5 or 10 feet.
5.
Okay, so it's pretty tight right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
64.
Yeah, 64, I got a 14.
So you've done some damage, but these guys are still just have like a blood frenzy over it. And now it's Arch's turn to retaliate.
I'm up.
It's not. It's only 8:30.
I was getting
Wait for that one here.
Oh.
Dude, about to sleep.
I was
Okay, this concludes my turn.
Okay, Arch.
how far
Are
away
you gonna move at
are
all?
they?
I might slide over here.
Okay, so they're 30 feet away from you.
They are 30 feet away from me. Excellent.
That's why they were all looking for those javelins.
Got it. And they all failed or succeeded on their saves? And who's hurt the worst?
So I did a fireball. 3 saved or 2 saved?
So you can look at them and you can see that number 1 is best off out of them. Number
Okay.
2 and 3 look about the same, and number 4 is in bad shape. So
And
this
there's
is
The one that's in the back?
There's also
This is
spinning.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
There's
Alright.
also being.
Cloud of daggers is like spinning.
Yeah, they're fucked up by daggers.
Do I get hurt by cloud daggers?
No.
No, they're really,
It's a 5-foot radius. It's actually
Fuck the white daggers, that's a good bit me too.
yeah.
Yeah.
We all.
So, yeah, in that case, I will rage because several people just tried to hit me with javelins.
Of course.
Yeah, makes sense.
And since they're so close to me, I'm actually going to leave the 3 javelins sitting on the floor and run up. I'm going to smack number 1 in the face
Good.
with a flaming axe. Oh, I gotta roll the hit. Does a 18 hit?
It does.
Okay.
Hey, bring mine.
Even one for
It's
Ellis.
not great damage. Let's see.
You'll have to remind me like Friday.
10, 18, no, 10,
Yeah.
13, sorry, 20 damage.
Okay. Hang on. 20. Oh yeah. 20 damage on number 1. Got it.
Yep. And then swing again. Does a 24 hit?
Yes. And you're swinging on number 1 again.
Yes.
Okay.
So 6, 9, 17 damage.
Okay. So what do you do with that? You're hitting with the axe.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just shear his head clean.
So I go for the chest on the first hit,
Okay.
and then I pull it back, and then go left
Go
hand
for the throat.
decapitation.
Yeah. You slide through his neck so clean that his head stays on it for a second.
Yeah.
And
And
then
I pull his body out from under. it.
yeah, you grab by his shirt and his head like rocks back and just lands on the ground.
How much damage did you just do?
38 or something.
Like that. Okay.
And then I stare
So, like,
at number 4 straight in his eyes because he's right where the other dude fell down.
Okay.
So I'm just
Give me an
staring
intimidation
straight.
check with advantage because that's cool as hell.
Negative.
Really? You seem like you should have more.
Yeah, it's because it's a 5.
Okay. So he
Because I'm not charismatic.
he gives no shits about what you just did and is just like going for that bounty. Okay, and that is number 5's turn. That's this guy. He's going to remain out there, like alert and ready. These 2 guys have readied an attack, and now it's Dentor's turn.
The 2 guys at the door have ready attacks.
They're like weapons out, super psyched, ready to kill something.
Yeah. What I want to do is kind of like get down into the crags and try to lure this guy over to me so that I can take him out without alerting that guy.
Okay. And what is your movement speed?
60.
Okay, so you got 20 feet to the ground,
Yeah.
and then it's another 100 feet around. So I'm going to say like it's not going to take much of your movement to drop 20 feet because you're slick. So you can go like this far if you want. Go a little farther. So what are you going to try to do here to? You're like just trying to distract him so he comes your way.
Yeah, I'm trying to lure him towards me. Yeah.
Okay.
So I toss the sending stone. But actually, I think like, are there like things that I could hide behind?
Yeah, there's
behind?
boulders and rocks.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like place the sending stone on the ground,
Okay.
and then like kind of hide myself. But obviously, I've told Arts this whole plan.
Yeah. I suggest
Sure. Yeah. Great.
Alex just starts yelling.
Okay, so you're like behind a rock right there, and the sending stone is in front of the rock.
Yeah.
Okay, and Arx is screaming through the sending stone. Okay, great.
And I'm gonna ready a flurry of blows attack.
Okay, so that, let's see here, you're gonna ready an attack. You've tried to distract this guy, Give me a.
We're trying to lure him.
I don't know what kind of a check should we do here.
Deception?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a deception check.
Great, I'm bad at that.
Okay.
I'm so bad at that.
Yeah.
And let's do it with advantage because Arx is helping you in this moment.
You have the, don't you still have the ring?
No,
You know what?
to,
You deserve
Bingo.
inspiration for that.
Thank you. Wow.
2 sixes.
2 sixes.
Which is a 5.
Okay, so it's a 5. Double 5. So Dentor drops the setting stone, he steps back, he's all psyched out.
Yeah.
And Arx is going, no! And like the guy at the door like hears it and doesn't move a muscle.
Okay.
So that's your turn. Turga,
Well-
you're up.
Okay.
What? Do you want to do something else?
Well, no, I don't. There's nothing else I could do. I
Okay.
used all my movement.
Yeah, you tried some things and
I tried some
it
things
didn't
that
work.
didn't work.
You shirked around and found out.
But the guy is now, you have at least got his attention,
Yeah.
and now he is focused on that area in some way or another.
Yeah.
Okay, Torga, your turn.
Alright. I want to. If I move 25 feet towards them, how far?
It's about that far.
No, like, I would say
There we go.
25 feet of movement is about like that right there.
Okay, and that would put me how far away from those guys? This guy.
We'll call it 50 feet. It's probably 60 feet. I don't know. How close do you want to be to him?
Within
Depends.
60.
What's his back?
You're
What's his
60.
background?
D&D who's line.
How do you throw up?
The space doesn't matter.
Does he have a cube butt?
So long range of 60 is disadvantage? Is that what you're saying?
If that's on your long end, yeah.
Okay.
Or like it's beyond whatever the short, the smaller number is.
Okay. I'm going to.
Beyond that larger number, you can't hit.
Okay.
That's the extent. of it.
Okay. But I'm within 60 feet of this.
Yes.
Back of this guy's
Uh-huh.
head. Alright. So the door, I'm going to throw my dwarven thrower at him with disadvantage. The first one is a 19, and the second one is a 26.
Okay, those both hit.
Okay.
Nice job. With disadvantage, you get a 19 and a 26.
Yeah, I have plus 12 with that weapon.
Oh, yeah.
And I get to reroll my damage because it sucked. So 14 plus.
Tell me what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, just for plus 7 plus 2, so it's an extra 9. If
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to go through to the next guy, possibly.
Wait, what's the total damage you're trying to do there? Or you're...
It was 14, 23 total.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's say you had 23 total. Give me just a straight luck check on the d20 there. Okay. I'm going to say that you're going to be able to deliver 5 extra points of damage to number 3.
Okay. Yeah, so the hammer goes
I was
through
looking
and
for
just like
15.
takes his face off and slaps the other guy with his.
Woo!
Is this like full Thor's
Heck
hammer every time we do this? Where it just like flies
Yeah,
through
because it has an
and then
extra
immediately
4
comes back?
extra d8 of force damage and an extra d8 of radiant damage.
All right, yeah, that's great.
That was a very Carl.
That's yeah, that was cool as hell. Okay, yeah, so you smoke that guy and then you hit the other guy with like a hammer that has been bloodied by the other guy's brains.
Yeah, and then I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon, 60-foot range, so. Put on that guy.
Yep.
14.
That is not it.
Okay. So spiritual weapons there though.
Okay, and now it is this guy's turn. That's number 6, and he is just going to remain readied. And give me just a second here.
We should leave the corpses alone. I agree.
But we need flat.
Okay.
Yeah. We just need like a Arduino or a Raspberry Pi that all it does is randomize loot on bodies. We just push the button whenever we search a body. And it's like,
That'd be really cool if it, especially if it really had like percentage. Like this will,
Oh yeah.
you know, drop.
Surely someone's made it like just a website with just like all the tables.
Yeah, and it actually rolls it.
Yeah, it's just a slot machine.
Okay,
That's pretty cool.
I'm sure ChatGPT could do
Yeah, but that's how we got 80,000 gold battle axes because I made that chart with ChatGPT.
that. Oh, you
Okay,
gotta tell
so,
it rules is written. Raw.
So the next thing that's going to happen here is Arx is going to be standing there, and then just suddenly he's going to just feel something behind him.
Yeah. What's that like?
Oh no!
An actual mind flare.
Oh no!
The
Of course, Arx doesn't see it because he's going to be, I guess yeah. This guy is teleported, or what is it actually? Plane shifted into his location here, and he's going to make an attack that is going to hit with a 22, and that is going to hold on. Go some base. Where is this? Oh my gosh. It's a 50.
These are like apathetic mosquitoes. They're just like flying around, but I don't feel like they're actually trying to
You
bite me.
do it.
they're already right there full and they're just like,
Okay, that's going to
God.
be 15
They're bringing on this side.
psychic damage on Arx.
I will take all of that.
And you need to make a saving throw of a intelligence saving throw. Because it's a mind fucker.
What?
The
Is
save?
15 is the save that you're looking for here.
I rolled a critical
brutally.
fail with a -1.
Oh!
It checks out.
Oh! That's brutal.
What happens to me?
You are now grappled. And
Through my brain?
and stunned, yes. This dude has absolutely fucked you up. He's going to make a second attack. And guys, this is the coolest attack I've seen in the game of D&D. Okay. I don't know if you've studied the Mind Flayer at all.
I have.
This is a +7 to hit. And it affects one incapacitated humanoid grappled by the Mind Flayer, which is now Arx. On a hit, the target takes 10d10 piercing damage. If this piercing damage reduces the target to 0 hit points, the Mind Flayer kills the target by extracting and devouring its brain.
You could roll 10s on all 10 of those dice, and I would not go down.
Alright, so I'm going to use the big bad. I'm going to use the big bad dice for this
Put it on the wall. Rx does not go down.
Okay. Rx's DC or AC is what?
19.
So I've got a +7 on this.
Okay.
That means I need a 12 or better, yes.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Math.
Oh! Does not hit.
So I'm grappled.
You are now grappled by the Mind Flayer. And that is his turn. And now it is back to number 2, which is this guy. He's going to move in closer.
He's got to take a.
Cloud of daggers damage.
Oh, yeah. How does that work again?
I think it's the same damage.
And which is what?
14.
14 damage. Okay. He doesn't have to save again? There's no save on him?
Let's see. The creature also takes this damage if it enters the cube or ends its turn there. Or if the cube moves into its space. So maybe.
Well, he's not ending his turn
Yeah,
yet.
that's right. You're not right.
Okay. So he's going to attack Oryx with a, what is it? We'll do this in public as well. It's +5 on this. That's not going to hit. He gets his, no, he only gets 1 attack. The second guy, which is number 3. Wait, those are both big.
Yeah, we put them back on and showed you with your bodies there.
So you have 2. Oh, that's 1. That's
and
2.
4.
That's 3. That's what I was trying to do. 1 and 4 does. So 3 is going to do the same thing. Okay, let's see what that is. 12 plus 5 is 17.
Nope.
Oh, you're 19. So that doesn't hit. And now it is going to be Gossamer's turn.
Let's see.
can't.
He's got things around his heart.
Tentacles.
Got it.
Yes, tentacles. So the mind flayer is like holding your head, and you've got you psychically like wigged out.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
scoot over. I'm gonna do.
Or strength.
Let's see. You're just grappled until the grapple ends. So
It ends if the effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler, or grappling effect, or if the creature is hurled away by the Thunderwave spell.
But surely there's a way for me to get out of it.
on the grapple, it says you are grappled until the grapple ends.
Well, you can, on your turn, you can contest the grapple.
Yeah, you can do like we can do like.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Well, it would be like
Yeah, I
intelligence.
didn't know if it was like an intelligence or a strength.
I'm gonna call it intelligence because that's the whole point of the skill. So it's God's first turn.
Okay. Going to move a little closer so I'm at least range. And on. Yeah, I'm going to cast Chasmal Killer on the Mind Flayer.
Okay.
Maybe a Wisdom saving throw of 17.
Let's see.
Is this the tentacles attack?
He rolled an 18 plus 3.
11
It's
equals
21.
14. Okay. So we'll take half of.
What'd you say?
Is he being stunned by the tentacles attack or by a regular grapple?
I'm gonna maybe like disregard all the details that you're going on.
I just wanted to.
Oh my god. What did he do?
It's a fantastic play.
Yeah.
You're going to take half of these now. So don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
That's 16.
I've got 75
Oh.
Uh,
What if you just killed all of us tonight and you're just like, anyway, good game, guys.
more. End of group.
23, so half of 23.
Everybody has a backup except Drew, I think.
So 11.
Yeah.
And Drew's the only person here who's actually died.
Can anyone polymorph?
Yep.
I can also bring you all
Okay, is that
back
your
within
turn?
7 days.
Nope, that's my first attempt.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I can
Can
take
polymorph me into something
We'll be back
large.
next
So you
week.
can't grapple me.
So that cancels the cloud of daggers. And so then you'll need to do that.
I'm stunned, so I can't break up.
Uh,
So something
I'll
has to
figure it out.
physically move me away. Or
okay,
we have to
other than that, I'm going to cast
incapacitate
just a regular firebolt
the
on
mind
him.
Okay, so that's number 2, I believe.
Yeah. So that's going to be 23.
To hit. That'll hit.
And let's have all the details on it. Back down. 10, 20. Oh my god, 20.
Brutal roll. 29.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what happens.
Yeah, this cute little like fur collar there just gets smoked and it's like
Nice.
burns into his
Burns his
neck.
whole thing off. He dead. I'm gonna take these guys away. There's nothing to do. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm just gonna get one. That is not part of
They're
it.
foreskins.
You can have whatever weapons they had if you want them.
Get to the inventory and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Inventory.
Yeah. Finding
I'm taking up
shit is
every
boring.
dagger.
Got
Okay, it is now Arx's turn. You are grappled.
and stunned. I
Yeah.
can do nothing.
Yeah, you're completely fucked. Your speed is 0.
I'm getting fucked by tentacles.
Yeah, you have nothing. So
No, I looked at the internet, and it was funny because it's exactly this scenario where
Oh, really?
a barbarian is grappled by
by a mind flayer?
Yeah. And it's like something can physically remove me from his reach,
That's it though.
or we have to like.
Is that contested though? Oh, it's not contested?
Well, it's just that it's for the Mind Flayer, it's intelligence, which barbarians don't have.
Yeah, it's an intelligence thing.
Well, I can't even.
That seems like
Since
it
I'm
should be
stunned,
like
I
a-
can't even try to break
Can't
out
make
of
the
it.
check.
Like I can't do anything.
Yeah. So we're back to number
Seems like we should have a
5.
separate grapple that's a mental grapple.
Well, it's not. Now it's number 5's turn.
It's stunning me.
He is going to move towards this because he's now just like curious. And you're still hiding. Give me a stealth check and let me see how well you hit because I don't.
Well, probably.
And my rage is over too.
That is a 12.
Okay, so he's just going to move straight towards you, and he's going to come around that rock, and you've readied an attack. Which, how does tell me what happens there?
Alright, so as he comes around the corner, the first thing I'm going to do is kind of like a sweep leg attack.